Konnichiwa. Um, Happy Friday, everybody. Hope everyone's having a good Friday or Saturday in the morning, whenever, if ever, whenever, blobbity bloopity. But this is Cyborg underscore 165 talks. So there's a couple things I wanted to talk about that the aurora borealis. There was like the other day. I'm gonna put it in the link. But there was a aurora borealis, plus supposedly it was the rocket launch from Elon Musk, but the day before, not the one that just blew up. And I'm like, I didn't really keep track of it. I heard it was gonna go off, but I don't know if that's true. But there was like the spiral of the cloud, and it kind of looked like a swastika, and because it went like that. But it was like things kind of like the natives would draw in the petroglyphs and the rocks and stuff. So it was just like weird, but they're saying it was like the Elon Musk rocket, So I'm not too sure, but it was very interesting. So that was that, and we had the Senate Service Arm Committee. The other day, they just released a lot of declassified UFO videos I haven't seen before, and it was very interesting. I'm gonna leave the link there too, so you guys can come check it out. I was trying to find the full version, but I couldn't find it. Like, I was looking through their website, through their YouTube, but it's probably on their website where the video was. But I've seen a couple minutes of it, and I was like, whoa, it was crazy. But that's what's going down. And this other channel I'm gonna leave the link to, her name's Gina, and she's very smart, and she's always like on it. She's like putting a bunch of stuff up, like videos. Like, I think she has like a telescope, but she looks in the sky. She looks at like webcam, like footage from all over the world, like live CCTV footage. So, where's the napkin? I gotta get up. So she was talking about, there's another celestial body, two celestial bodies in our solar system, a red planet and a blue planet, but it's also related to the Hopi prophecies. And she made that video like 6 days ago, but I have heard it too before, like the Hopis, native like things I have seen them say, but it refreshed my memory. Like, I was like, because they're called Kachinas. They're like Kachina dolls, like little alien, androgynous, like kind of creatures, like, that live in over there, in the wilderness, in the valleys and stuff. They're like shapeshifters or some kind of like the skinwalkers, but I think they're like different. But they're out, and she was reading the prophecy, and it was like deep. I was like, whoa, it sounds like what's going on now. Like, everyone's like losing their shits, people are going crazy, but there will also be like people that are going to remain calm, like nothing's affecting them. And I have felt the frequencies last year, like they were intense. Like around August, like I was encountering like a lot of people that I was gonna fight, like randomly, and I didn't even want. Like, it was just, they were very aggressive, like their energies. Like, I think it was something with the sky, the energy, the 5G, which are like a little bit of everything. And but these celestial bodies are changing people's like brain waves, and people are like, some are gonna go crazy, some are gonna remain calm. But you guys gotta go see that video. I'm gonna leave the link to that one too. I'm gonna go find it and put the link to her channel, Gina. And she read it like It was really good. I was like, man, she's like on her quest, like all of us out here. So that's what's going on. So I think the Armed Service Committee, those are like the new M16. That mean they were Majestic 12, but as the Majestic 16. So they're the ones that are like investigating the UFO reports, and they said like right now, like within like this last year, there's like 300 and something UFO investigations going on right now, because they're saying the aliens are like in our solar system, right? And they're sending like the drones, the freaking UFO capsules, spheres, the androids, the freaking, the guys that are scouting the planet, because they're probably coming from light years away. Because if we do enter World War III, and we did like years ago, then you can see the explosions, and the tachyons through time and space, like disrupt like time and space, so they can see like the flashes. So they're probably coming over here to like investigate like what's going on. I'm having trouble with that one. What's going on? See if they can prevent World War III, but the way it's looking, I don't think so. I think it was like probably 2028. Nuclear bombs drop, but I think this is like a slow invasion war, so they can milk it and like cause a lot of death and destruction, make a lot of money, because the U.S. been sending supplies to Ukraine and China last year, when I was reading all these articles, and I was like wanting to, to like start the channel around that time. All these things I was reading, that they were working on their super soldiers, working with DNA, and it just reminded me of CRISPR technologies that are messing with the DNA and altering DNA. Man, this is really hot. I made it really spicy. Really spicy. So I just got home from the gym. I was there for like an hour and 40 minutes. And I was at work for like 10 hours. And I'm here with you guys. Because, I've just been trying to focus on different things besides like this: alcohol. Drinking too much excessively. Alcoholism is a problem. And if you have one, we're fighting the fight. Keep fighting it and try to seek some help. I've been asking for help from people that I know, because it's hard to do it alone, honestly. I have done it a couple times, but it's just too hard. Sometimes it's like mind over matter, but you got to keep going. You got to keep busy. You got to keep staying busy, staying active. And I kind of slow down, but I try to stay really busy and just focus on things that I need to accomplish. But you guys are probably laughing at me because I suck with the chopstick. I'm gonna try to be fluent, but I almost got it. Okay, so that's that. Oh yeah, so I was like about China and their super soldiers, and then at that time I was like, well, the U.S. definitely has their super soldiers, but we're not reading about it, and they're not like displaying it like here in our country, and I think these probably like published on science journals, because I know they're working on a lot of technologies like for the soldiers if they get shot, the stem cells. It's like gonna be like a synthetic skin that like just makes you heal faster. So I know they've been working on that. The silk armor, the super soldiers. What else? They have a lot of cool stuff. Like, you know, it's so crazy. And this is like the last, like the last 20, probably like the last years of humans being born normally. They're going to be genetically modified in the future, enhanced for different purposes. This is so hot. It's burning my lip. Breathe fire. So, the thing I like about chopsticks, because you can take your time with your food. Because usually, I'm like, with a fork and a spoon. So, they're working on all that stuff, the DNA altering. But it also made me think, like, you know how people are born with disabilities, like special people. Like, so say in the future, these people are not going to be born no more. I know it's like kind of like sad and for these people's family where they're like, they got to take care of them. But eventually, like, they know. But I think, like, that's what makes our world unique, because we have different variations of humans, right? So if we like just alter all these humans and edit everybody's DNA, like, everybody's just gonna be the same, you know? Like, and then I think we're just gonna be like zombies of people for a state. Maybe like not within these 100 years, but probably like 2025, 2300. They're all like zombie, like everybody's like DNA altered, like everybody's just living in like, give me my food, here is your food, holographically printed with stem cells. So I think that's what makes our planet or our species unique, because we have different variations, and once you start altering them, then those people are not going to be born. It's going to change reality. But I don't oppose it, because there's people that now that are born with like that, those conditions, that can't walk, can't talk. Yeah, why not bless them and like alter, like make them like us, you know, like conscious and mobile. I don't know, it's just my thinking, but that's a thing that really been on my mind too, like people with those disabilities. Like, what about if we need those type of people in our society? But they're saying these people are like, you know, like whatever, a burden. But God bless the people that are with those conditions, and if we could help them, you know, let's help them. CRISPR technologies, where you at? Enhance my DNA. Sorry, damn, I need a freaking napkin. Where's the napkin? Where's my chapstick in traffic? So, this is a little Pax Rays, California Pinot Noir. Sorry. I'm not making fun, but okay, California grown. Let's see, I think I had this one last time, but I was kind of, you know, not in the right state. But we're gonna take our time with this, and salud, cheers, everybody. And thank you guys for watching. Whoever's watching, maybe nobody, maybe the aliens, the robots, the reptilians. I come in pieces. As you can see, this is my avatar line, and So yeah, oh yeah, the I'm just like jumping back and forth. There's so much things, cool things going on with our society, like, and bad things. The world is like going crazy right now, and I just hope there's a conclusion. But we're gonna look into the future. Oh my god! I'm thinking about Maze Runner, Scorched Trails. I did a video, like a short, but I erased it because it was like, I was like very, bro, I was like, Maze Runner Hunger Games, Maze Runner Hunger Games. But it was like zoomed in to the mouth, my chopstick. My chopsticky. Uh-oh, we're gonna have a problem. Problem, sir. We're going to have a problem, sir. Oh, I found it. I found it. I found it. I found it, Paul. I'm going to wipe it off real quick. Okay. It's all good. It's all good. Okay, so that's that. So these are some drawings I found right now, too. Should I show you guys? Okay. This is like my alien abduction. That's me sitting behind a barrel when I went into this gravity chamber. That's an alien, but it's, different perspective. And he's like grabbing me. And that's where the pine tree was. And that's where the UFO was, above the pine tree. But I just drew a swastika because all the things I know now about these different aliens that come from different planets and solar systems, and they come from the farthest regions of the zodiac, the Cancer constellation, because that's where the aquatic beings come from. Well, I'm assuming like some of them, or who knows, maybe there's some that are born here, or the ones that live here, that been living here, their ancestors. I mean, I'm sure they're here too. But that's where they get the Aquaman story, because the swastika is like, it's a star map. Because if you break down the zodiac in 4 quarters, it's 4, right? That's why 12 and 4, they're like these numbers. There's 4, like, when it's spinning through space, it looks like, spinning, and there's different vectors, and the natives all over the world like drew these and rocks and their jewelry, the swastikas, and they just reversed it. A lot of things been, they're lying to us about a bunch of things. So I mean, you just got to find out all these things. Also, it might seem like you don't know what I'm talking about, but some people might. But you got to do your research. But it really means like peace and prosperity be with you. And there's this good movie that they wrote a book. That guy wrote a book. It was called The Iron Sky. Very interesting movie. It has some humor in it too, but I would recommend watching it. Very interesting movie. Very, very. But they're all afraid. They're like, it's all like, it's a swastika. It's like, it means peace and prosperity, and they're all scared. Like, I don't know. You gotta watch that movie. It's like tripping me out. But yeah, so that's what I kind of wanted to touch on, and so I'm gonna slowly really put some things together. Maybe read one of my sci-fi stories. There's just one that I thought about. I wrote a little bit and I drew like a little character, but this story was like then 300,000, and these people, they're called the uncontrollables, but they move like at hyper speeds. Well, I was working on in my mind But the one character I seen, he was like made out of green emeralds, but they're like infused, kind of like the Marvel characters. That guy with the crystal in his head, but like that infused, and they all have like cudgels and like shafts and like, but they're like weapons, like Thor weapons. But the higher they vibrate, the more the unlimited the weapon yields. You know, and there's like 12 of them. There's like 12 good ones and 12 bad ones, and then there's like 6 girls and 6 guys, and like vice versa. So I'm trying to like work on something like that, but I just wrote the premises, or like the little like thought, like this thing I was seeing about these people that are just like going on hyperloops and like, you know, and they're just like, and then they're like going like turbo, and then they're swinging their weapons, and then they're time traveling, jumping through time and space, and but they're not allowed to go to certain times, and there's like authorities that are chasing them. They're like young, you know, rebels, and but they like helping. So it's something like that. So it would be like every month in Zodiac would be like their color and their like their power, and their like kind of how the way they look. But I envision them with like helmets, kind of spiral, and like kind of like shield faces, and like the suits, like the superhero suits, super compression suits. I think that like, you know, that are like indestructible suits, like environmental suits that can like withstand pressure, but they're infused. They're like in their DNA. I don't know. It was like that book. That's like a whole nother book. Uncontrollables. I haven't even sipped this thing. Let's see. Yeah, it's strong, but it's good. But I'm gonna take my time with this. I love chopsticks. Since I was a kid, I was like Asian food. My mom did too. We would like eat Asian food all the time. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching, if you guys watch this. But so the channel is just, it's gonna do its thing. I'm gonna try. If not, then I'm gonna just keep uploading things and thoughts, and there's so much stories too I want to share with you guys, and all the people I met that I told these things ahead of time, told these crazy stories, and people are like, "You're crazy," like. I don't know, but this was really good. I put garlic, red bell peppers, fresh red bell peppers, the crushed peppers, whatever, and some pepper, onions, and carrots, and Yoshidas. Thank you, people of the planet, Earthlings. Thank you guys. Thank you. Come again. If you want to, I'm not forcing you. But if you have nothing better to do, then why not? You know? Maybe you guys can share some stories, some things. And if you guys working on your channel too, then I'll add you, subscribe. You know, I'll do what I can. You know, support the foundation. Because honestly, like, how I seen in movies from the future. Like, no one's even fucking working. Everyone's working from home. Everyone's like, no, 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 fucking getting the points, the fucking tokens. Like, fucking Ready Gamer Player One. Everybody's like streaming online, playing, la, 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 you know what I'm saying? And because the androids and the robots are going to take over all the jobs. Because Tesla made, since last year, that little robot, and they're going to be official. I'm sure, like, in different, like, countries, like, the ones that are promoting it or using it. But once it gets, like, here, it's going to be, like, I already seen it, too. A bunch of places I worked at. People get replaced by robots all the time. In the fast food industry, too, with the hand robot. I go like, so, but it reminds me of Terminator. You guys familiar with Terminator? Where the hand, you create the fucking hand, bam, and it's just like the fucking hand, right? But there was also like this story that I read a long time ago. This German like knight from like fucking the 15th century or something, like some badass fool. He had his hand chopped off, like something, and he like, that was like the first known like prosthetic hand. I don't know why I brought that up. It just came to my mind. But he was like some knight and shit. But humans been like altering their bodies since the beginning of time or whatever. Giving you extensions. So it reminds me of, yeah. So in the future, everyone's growing their limbs back, their teeth, because we figured out. Well, this time I was like 10 years ago. I was like, why don't they just get DNA, shark DNA? Because we know it grows back. Teeth, endless. Mix it with a little bit of human DNA. Boom, boom, inject it in the gums, and then the teeth will grow back. Bam, voila. So I think they're working on something like that right now too, where like dentures and all that will be a thing of the past. So, and I think CRISPR could probably be working on some things like that. You hear me? Maybe you can do that one. Let me grow my teeth back. I think that's what they're gonna do too in the future. Because if they're growing fingers, now like hands, eventually they're gonna do the teeth, And yeah, so I finished this, so maybe I should just end this. Thank you guys for tuning in, watching me about what it is, and I hope I didn't gross you guys out. If I did, put a gross sign. If you didn't like what I did, put a gross sign, put a thumbs down, hit me with a comment like, I don't like it, I do, you're crazy, you should just quit while you're ahead. Okay, so y'all have a good night wherever you are. By the time you see this, is a past. All right, peace be with you. Thank you guys.